I'm feeling sad. I'm really miss him. I really miss her right now. Do I cry? No. You just let it go. First of all, let me thank YouTube for 100 subscribers. I really didn't expect my YouTube to get a lot of traction. I really expected it to be 5 viewers, 4 of them being my family. Really happy at most at the end of the day that you guys are able to resonate with these videos, to feel understood. That is my main purpose for this whole channel, for you to come here as a comfort space, for you to really get on the right path again and to not fall into harmful loops of your life, okay? I've seen a lot of people comment about dissolving ego, also about how to move on from someone you truly love, about the anxiousness of the future, sadness of the past. So these are things that we can discuss today in this one video, and that is you are not your thoughts. So let's move right into that. We have thousands of thoughts every day, right? It's true. I mean, scientifically, I've heard that we have 60,000 thoughts in a day. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it is. But the question here is, how many of those thoughts are actually useful? Most of them, no. You think, take a step back, ask yourself, the things that I think in my day, are they really useful? Are they really like doing any good for me? Are they really, or they're just creating a reaction, which is not even real? So most of them, no. The vast majority of our thoughts are really repetitive, they're really unnecessary, and they are often negative. But yet we identify with them. Yet we believe that I am what I think. But here's the truth. You are not your thoughts. A thought arises and you react to it. Another thought appears, you react to that. And then this loop creates endlessly and endlessly. Before you know it, you spend hours and hours in this lost, mind-created reality, disconnected from what is actually here. But the question arises is, who is watching these thoughts? Who is observing these thoughts? Now, let's understand the thought loop here. The mind is addicted to thinking. The mind, just like the heart, meant to pump blood, just like the liver protecting our body, the mind is addicted to creating ideas. It's its purpose, and there's nothing wrong with it. It has to have something to solve, and when it doesn't have something to solve, it will look for something to solve. So constantly, there are 3 things that your mind does. Any thought that you're thinking right now, it's out of these 3 things. It wants to solve problems, it wants to replay memories, or it wants to create imagined futures. But have you ever noticed that these thoughts always revolve around the past and they always go around the future? It's because our ego thrives. Our ego thrives on the past and the future. It will tell you, you should have done this differently. What if this happens? Past and future, you know? Never does it ever allow you to be in just this moment. But remember, the mind is not the problem here. The problem here is that we identify ourselves with these thoughts. When you experience a sad thought, immediately you become sad. When I think of an anxious thought, I become anxious. If I think I really miss that person and I really miss that certain person who's not here in my life, then you become sad. Then after that, you start questioning what happened in the past, and then you become even more sad. Or for people who are more anxious about the future, you think, but what if this happens? But it's not really happening. That person's not really here right now. That thing isn't really being occurred right now, right? So pause, and observe. If you watch these thoughts arise, if you can see that these thoughts are here in my mind, then how can you be them? If you can observe it and you can tell that, yes, these are thoughts which are occurring in my mind, that means that it's not you, right? That's why you know the difference between the thought and you. Have you ever noticed when a thought has stopped in your mind? Have you been ever deeply immersed in something? Maybe you're painting, maybe you are, I don't know, doing something productive, maybe you're listening to music, maybe you're writing something, maybe you're doing a book. But has there been a time where your mind is not blabbering anymore? Maybe it's during meditation. Maybe it's through the silent walks that you do in nature. Maybe it's when you're looking at the plants. But in this moment, where is your mind? Where is the mind? It's not there, right? It's not creating those thoughts anymore, right? But you're still aware. You still exist, right? So that space, that silence between that thought and your reality is what you truly are. You are in between the thought and the action. You're that silence. You're the awareness. You're the existence. You're the being. You're not the noise. You're not the endless chatter. You're just the awareness watching it all. To make it more easy to understand, it's like clouds passing in the sky. The mind is like the clouds passing in the sky. And you, what are you? Can you guess? You're the sky itself. You're open, you're vast, you're untouched by whatever passes through you. And the clouds are just the thoughts that come into your brain, and they also go. So how do you break free? How do you break free from this thought loop, right? There are 4 different things I want to say here. First, become the observer. Instead of I can't pronounce anymore. Instead of engaging, I was about to say engaging. Instead of engaging with thoughts, just watch them. Observe how they come and go without judgment. Yes, okay, I'm getting a sad thought. Oh, what? Fuck it. Let me just hold my head and let me just show you. This is my head, okay? Now, in this are my thoughts. You know, knock, knock, knock. Yeah, it's pretty hollow right now. But when I am talking to you, I'm thinking these thoughts, right? And I'm identifying with them, hence my reactions, isn't it? Right? So you are observing. You need to learn to observe that these thoughts, they're coming, but they're also going. They're coming. Okay, I'm feeling sad. I really miss him. I really miss her right now. Do I cry? No, you just let it go, right? So the more you fight your thoughts, second, drop resistance. That's the next step. The more you fight your thoughts, the stronger those become. Because you're like, but no, that thought really happened. But like, no, but then I feel really bad about that. But like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You know? So the more you fight your thoughts, the stronger they'll become, because you are in a fight with your mind. You're constantly arguing with it. Instead, just allow that thought to be. Let that thought pass. You're not your thoughts. You're not identified by them. It's just like the clouds in the sky, okay? So once you're able to see that you're the observer and you drop the resistance, you'll be able to return to the present. You're able to accept that thoughts exist in time, but you exist now. So use your breath, use your senses, the awareness to anchor yourself here. Understand that the present moment is the only reality. Your thought is your past or the worry about the future. Everything else is a mind-made illusion. Fourth, practice stillness. Whether it's through meditation, whether it's through deep breathing, or whether it's just through, I'm just looking at the ceiling. Like, seriously, I used to do this when my thoughts would get over me and I would start identifying with them. I would just look up. And when I look up, I'd see a blank ceiling. And I'd be like, that's my mind. It's trying to talk to me, but that's me. You know, I'm blank. I'm just existence. So the more comfortable you become in stillness, the less power these thoughts have over you, right? So just remember that the mind will always generate thoughts. That's its nature. You don't have to believe every thought that produces. You're really not your thoughts. It's not happening to you. Remember that freedom is also not stepping away from those thoughts. It's not about stopping them. It's just not allowing yourself to be controlled. You're not creating a reaction from those thoughts. When you see through the illusion of a mind identification, when you see through that my mind is identifying with these thoughts, then you'll be able to go through. You'll be able to be aware that this is what my mind does. I am thinking this right now. And when you can go through that illusion, a deep peace will arise in you. Because it's not your mind that has changed. You'll realize that you have changed your reaction to your mind. Because you're not your thoughts. You are just the silent awareness right between them. Your mind, your thought, and your feeling. You're just in between that. And in that awareness, there is nothing but peace. Thank you so much.